Have you ever wondered why brushing your teeth makes everything taste like shit? Well, there's actually a pretty solid explanation for this. You see, your tongue is covered in proteins that act as receptors for taste. But there's one sneaky ingredient in toothpaste called SLS. SLS interferes with the proteins on your tongue. This impairs your ability to taste sweet flavors, replacing them with an unpleasant bitter sensation. Here are 3 facts you didn't need to know. Number 3. Have you ever wondered what the X stands for in Xbox? Well, as Microsoft's DirectX developers were working on the console, they temporarily called it the DirectX Box, which was eventually shortened to Xbox. Number 2. Have you ever noticed that birds on a power line almost always face the same direction? Well, it's because a bird's body and feathers are designed to fly into the wind, and this goes for sitting too. And if you see birds on a power line facing different directions, it means there's no wind. Number 1. Have you ever wondered why this is the power symbol? Well, it's actually just a combination of these power icons. And these are a 1 and a 0, which mean on and off in the binary system. He smashed the AirTag, and she felt relieved for a moment. But the worry lingered. Someone had slipped it in her purse. Someone was watching. Alex offered for her to spend the night at his place, and she agreed. She didn't want to be alone. His apartment felt unfamiliar, but safer than her own. He tossed her a blanket for the couch and disappeared into his room. She couldn't sleep. Every creak and noise made her skin crawl. She got up to use the bathroom, but as she walked down the hall, she noticed a room with a glowing red light bleeding from under the door. She pushed it open and her stomach dropped. It was her, an entire wall of photos. She found a strand of her hair taped to a mirror. A mannequin was wearing a dress that she had lost months ago. There was a wig for every hair color she had worn over the past few years. She gasped as she noticed the neatly organized AirTags. The one labeled purse was missing. She stumbled backwards in disbelief, but as she turned to leave the room,
I never lose track of what is mine.
When a honeybee stings a human, they actually get stuck for a while and can't leave. And this is because their stinger is barbed, which means it can't retract once it's lodged into something. But once the bee finally pulls away, its insides get ripped out because the stinger stays in the skin. This leaves the bee without some of its internal organs, resulting in its death. Have you ever wondered why popcorn pops? Well, each kernel of popcorn contains a tiny drop of water, and when heat is applied, this water turns into steam, building pressure within the kernel. Eventually, the hard outer shell can't handle the pressure and bursts open. This explosion flips the kernel inside out, and the soft starch inflates into what we know as popcorn. You know when you're about to fall asleep and your body suddenly jerks? Well, this is known as a hypnic jerk, and no one really knows why it happens. You see, it takes place as your brain is switching from being awake to falling asleep. And the theory is that your brain gets confused during this time, thinking that you're falling down instead of falling asleep. So instinctually, it sends a quick jolt to your body.